Hello, beautiful people. How are you on this beautiful Tuesday? Welcome to our Tuesday morning Business Growth Insights. It is wonderful to be live with you here on Facebook again. As you know, I come live every single Tuesday and give you some training which is going to help you to build, grow, and scale your businesses. Now, just bear with me for a sec while I do some logistics as I'm just setting up. If you are popping on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from and let me know why you've joined me today. I would love to know. Here we go. I can see now. There we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me. It's all fun. This technical stuff is a lot of fun. All right. So, hello, Lainey. How are you, beautiful lady? You still haven't given Facebook permission to see you on StreamYard. That reminds me too, if you are popping on live and you would like me to be able to see your comments and see who's commenting, just go up the top into the description and it will show you, there's a little link in there that will show you just to give StreamYard permission to see your name, and that way I'll be able to see who's commenting and who's saying hi. If you're watching the replay, pop hashtag replay. Now, without any further ado, guys, I'm actually here today to talk about a really interesting topic, and it's all about talking about social media and business marketing for the quieter personalities. Now, in all honesty, guys, this is a bit of a strange one for me, as most of you who've probably been following me for a little while, would go, Ali, you're not a quieter personality, so like, why are you talking on this in particular? And it's interesting because I'm actually a little bit of both, right? But I speak to so many people who say to me when they're looking at building and growing their business, they're saying things like, I feel like I can't put myself out there, or I'm really scared to do social media because I don't really want to be visible, or I feel like I have to be visible and I'm not comfortable with it. Other things I hear people say is, I feel funny about sharing my face everywhere or even putting a photo out there. Something else I hear a lot is I'm a very private person and I find it difficult to put myself out there. So these are the reasons why I really wanted to, and I've had so many of these, beautiful people like that talking to me lately. This is why I in particular wanted to talk about this topic. And again, if you're popping on, say hi, good morning, Claire, good morning, Pame, lovely to see you all. And again, good morning, Lainey. So yeah, it's a really interesting topic. And even when you are a quieter person, okay, so if you have like a quieter personality, it is actually really important to remember that you are still the face of your business. You are your brand in business. Okay. So yes, you need to get out there. Yes, you need to market yourself. Yes, you need to market your business. But for the quieter personalities, there are ways to do it that won't kind of leave you feeling so uncomfortable or icky or putting yourself out there in ways that you don't want to do, even to the point of feeling like you're performing every day. I think there's a lot of people that say, when I do things on social media, I feel like I'm performing and I don't feel like it's real. So this is why I want to talk this through today. And again, myself, I'm kind of, people think that I'm a louder personality, but I'm a little bit of both. I'm different to what people think, and I'm going to explain that in a second. So let's have a look at the different types of personalities. Okay, now before I go into these, let me say straight away that these don't solely define who we are. They don't. There's many different aspects as to who we are. But when we're looking at marketing ourselves, this is one way to be able to use aspects of marketing that are going to suit our personalities the best. So the first one is the extrovert, okay? And most people will think and believe that I'm this one, Okay, and I actually did for a long time as well. So with extroverts, they're normally like outgoing people, find it easy to talk to other people. They thrive on, dynamic environments where there's a big crowd and people around them. They love social engagement. Okay, these people are really easy networkers. They love conversations. The thing with extroverts is that often they might not listen as well as they can do, okay? And they come across as maybe a little bit too loud for some people. Hey, Alison, Ali, how you going? Great name. Lovely to see you, my darling. So yeah, extroverts, and again, I used to think for a long time that I was an extrovert, but I'm going to get to the fact that I'm not in a minute. And what I see a lot, and I am surrounded by a lot of extroverts because of my energy. The people that I engage with a lot and the people that I connect with are often extroverts themselves. And we all say it. There's a dear friend of mine, Susie, who says all the time. She says, and I say it too. She says, "I'm not for everybody," right? And that is so true. But, extroverts are wonderful people. They're bubbly people. They love to get out there. They're very social. Okay, then we have the introverted person. So this is someone who prefers calm environments. They know that they need to limit their social engagement. They might not be as comfortable in big crowds, and they kind of need solitude or time alone a little bit more than most people. So essentially this might be you who I'm talking to today, right? If you consider yourself an introvert. Now the third one, and I actually didn't know this one existed until about a year ago. And someone said to me when I mentioned to them that I'm a little bit of both, an extrovert and an introvert, they mentioned, you must be an ambivert. Okay. Now this is someone who is a little bit in between. So you love crowds, you get energy from people, but then it gets to the point where you've got your energy from people and you find that you have to take that time to be alone to get your energy back, right? So this is how I would explain it. So I love crowds, right? I love being in networking situations, and when I turn up, I love it. I'm energetic, I get my energy, but it always gets to a point where I go, okay, I'm done now. I'm starting to feel tired. I'm starting to feel exhausted. Now I need to go back and I need to spend time alone to re-energize. And this also happens in my teaching, right? In trainings like this and in my teaching, in my coaching business. So, I'm probably talking today to obviously the more introverts, but also ambiverts as well. All right. So they're the three different types of personalities. And again, this doesn't define who you are straight away in business, okay? There's a lot different. Okay, but let's talk about the benefits. If you are a quieter personality, and let me know in the chat, if you're watching this and you consider yourself, what do you consider yourself if you're watching? An extrovert, introvert, ambivert. Let me know in the chat. I'd be really curious and if you're watching the replay, pop #replay and put it in the chat as well. But I want to have a look at the benefits of a quieter personality and how you can use it in your business to create incredible success. So first of all, quiet time, when you are in that solitude, you are giving yourself a lot of time to think. You're giving yourself time to contemplate your direction. Right? So this is the time when you will often come up with really creative ideas and you'll go, oh my God, that's unbelievable. The thing with the quieter personalities though, is that you might actually, because then you need to go out and market it, this is when you might have difficulty implementing those creative ideas simply because of the visual component, right? Because you have to get out there and you have to market yourself and you have to be visual, right? So Dawn's an ambivert. Yeah, I know. Did you tell me, if you're watching this, did you know you're an ambivert? Did you know what an ambivert was? Because I didn't, like I said, 2 years ago. Lainey, so you're an ambivert, or maybe I'm just old tired. No, I would say that you're an ambivert, Lainey. I would say so. But it's interesting when you get to it, isn't it? Because a lot of us didn't even know. So a quieter personality will take these creative ideas are fantastic, but you may have trouble implementing them. Okay. You will also most likely enjoy writing rather than speaking. Now, this is a fantastic quality to have. A lot of people I speak to say, oh my God, I feel like this live thing in this video, everyone's doing it, and I have to do it. Now, I would say, yes, it is a really good component to have in your business. However, right, the written word, guys, is powerful, and it can absolutely be used to your advantage in business. So for me personally, okay, so again, I'm an ambivert. I prefer to speak rather than write. But ironically, it used to be totally different to me. When I was at school, when I was younger, I actually didn't have the confidence that I have now because I've worked on myself a lot. I didn't have the confidence now to be able to go on to video. So I embraced the fact that I was good at the written word, right? I didn't also understand who I was back then when I was younger, and where my strengths lay. Now I feel it's ironic because it's kind of changed now. So while I enjoy writing, and I've had plenty of people say to me, Ali, you've got a way with words, I would prefer to get out there and get in front of the camera. But I still enjoy writing. But for the quieter people, I actually envy you a little bit because a lot of you, your strengths are in the writing, and you are really lucky. Really lucky. So use it. Make sure you use it to your advantage. You might take some more time to think about what you say. So has anyone heard the saying, think before you speak? Okay, this too is a powerful asset and something that I often don't do a lot or I need to learn to do more, and something that often an extrovert will need to kind of hone that skill as well. But you guys do it naturally, right? You take more time. You think you think before you say anything. You're very conscious of what's coming out of your mouth, and that is an incredible asset to have. Again, taking that a little bit further, so you speak less, you listen more. So you've got really good listening skills, and this in business is going to take you far, because what it's going to do is it's going to help your clients it's going to help your clients to feel understood and heard, and to know that you are actually listening to them, right? And I see this a lot. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes for me as a coach, part of what I have to do is actually go silent and listen. And whereas I naturally just want to blurt out what I'm thinking, but a quieter person, it'll just come naturally to you, and you'll sit and you will listen, and you'll be thinking, you'll be taking the time, you'll be thinking about what's going to come out of your mouth. And when it does come out, it's going to be powerful. So you can see how all this is so benefit. And a lot of introverts will say, I can't run a business because I'm too quiet. That's not true. You've got so many good assets for you. And like I said, when you do speak, it's powerful. Now, I can give you an example. My son, I would also call him an ambivert, but he's more leaning towards the introverted side. So I'm an ambivert, but I'm a little bit more leaning towards the extrovert side, right? But Harley, my son, I know that he's a quiet personality, but oh my God, he doesn't say much. But when he does speak, it is very profound what comes out of his mouth, or it's actually very funny what comes out of his mouth. Who here is someone like that? Give me a 4 in the chat if you are someone who kind of doesn't speak much, but when you do, you go, you really think before you speak, and you know that it's profound. You know that people are listening to you. Give me a 4 in the chat if that's you. Give me a 4 in the chat if you want that to be you. So this, I think all of these, you can see how all these work together. They're really, there's nothing in this that says that someone who's quieter in business can't be a success, because all these are working for you. The other thing is that you guys absolutely are able to read a crowd, right? Pick up on social cues. So you might be at a networking event and you're often the observer. This is too. I watch Harley do this as well. You're an observer, right? You're sitting back, you're walking in, you're reading the room, and you are maybe someone who can hone in on the right people to engage with, right? You might be able to see someone who's feeling uncomfortable and be able to go up to them and just give them a little bit of extra love. And this is what I notice about, quieter people, is that they have a knack. You guys have a knack of making people feel, strangers especially, feel comfortable. Now, in business, holy crap, that's powerful, especially when you are, meeting someone for the very first time. They're feeling uncomfortable. You might even be feeling a bit uncomfortable, but you have a knack of kind of putting that aside and bringing them into their own comfort. So these, I don't ever want to hear from anyone who's quiet in personality to say that I'm too quiet to succeed in business, because look at all these benefits of your personality. A lot of these things, even though I personally am an ambivert, I struggle with a lot of these things. So good on you guys. You're like my son, Ali. Yeah, you are. I would have to agree with that. I would, Ali, having and knowing you a little bit, quite well, I would say, I think you are too. I think you are very much like Harley, where you don't say much, but when you do say it, it is very profound. Absolutely, I would 100% agree with that. All right, so how do you guys, as I said, a lot of you are going to maybe find it difficult in business, or you telling yourself that it's difficult in business, okay? So there are things that you will in particular need to do to manage your energy, because there is so much to do, right? I often say it's octopus arms. We've got so much going on all at once, all those kinds of things. But I think that these things are going to help you manage your energy to be able to just get out there and do everything that you need to do. So first of all, understand that your body and your mind and your spirit you're going to need to take time, right? You're going to need to take time for yourself. Even just before this, literally, my ambivert, I was just like literally about 5 minutes or 10 minutes before I came live, I had to go down and manage my energy a little bit, because in all honesty, I was a little bit nervous about coming to speak about this. But I managed my energy. I had to go and sit on the grass, just have some quiet time to myself. Okay. Now, you guys might find that, you have done a really big training, or you've done something that you're uncomfortable with in business, but that's when you need to kind of step back and go, okay, now I need to take a few minutes for myself, get my energy back, make sure that I'm feeling well mentally and strong mentally. Okay. And as you can see there, yoga, meditation, quiet time to yourself, nature, whatever works for you. A good thing for you to do is to focus on the outcomes rather than the time constraints. So the commitment, okay? Because often you might go, if I've got only so much time to do this, then it might stress you out. So rather than tell yourself that you're going to do, you're going to spend several hours or a couple of hours writing blog posts, tell yourself instead that, okay, I'm going to write 3 blog posts today. You giving yourself a time limit might make yourself feel a bit squashed, but just say, all right, I'm just going to sit and I'm going to write 3 blog posts, and focus on what you're doing, not the time that you're doing it in. Okay, doing it at a pace that suits you rather than rush. I like having a time frame. If I'm opposite to that. If I don't have a time frame, then I don't get stuff done. A lot of people, if you give yourself a time frame, it's too much. And when you're done, take a break, right, and move on to the next action. Okay, so I've just written 3 blog posts. Great. I'm now going to, I'm going to write a podcast episode or whatever it is, right? So move on to, but focus on the outcomes, not the time. Is that making sense to everybody? Let me know. Give me a yes, if it makes sense. Okay, so avoid burnout, right? Don't try to be someone that you're not. This essentially is the thing that I think stops a lot of quieter people, is that you guys, you might see someone like me who loves being in front of the camera, and you think that I've got to be like her, and you don't naturally like being in front of the camera, or you don't naturally like putting yourself out there, and that's okay. You don't need to be comfortable in front of the camera. You don't need to be me who loves it. Is it important to do it? I think yes, that is part of the component, but there's ways to do it, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, that aren't going to drain your energy so much, right? And again, this is avoiding burnout. So if you you hate being in front of the camera, I know, Dawn, right? I know, and this is exactly what I'm saying. If you were to spend hours in front of the camera, oh my God, your energy would be so drained. Whereas if you spend maybe 5 minutes in front of a camera, it's not going to burn you out as much, okay? And there's more things that you can do rather than being in front of a camera, okay? I'm going to get to that. Set your boundaries. Stick to your boundaries, right? This is important for all personality types, not just quieter people, but especially for you quieter, beautiful quieter people, because your energy can get drained a lot more easily, I think. So when you're setting your boundaries and you're sticking to them, stick to them. Know what they are. That's so important. And I think, as I said, I think we all need to do this, but a lot of us don't. Let's be honest. Have clarity on your availability. So if you're not available, if you are unavailable, be unavailable. Okay. And again, this is important for everybody. This is a lesson that I am learning as an ambivert who needs to re-energize a lot. I have to recognize that, I've said to my clients, I will, respond to your messages up until a certain time at night. After that, I have to take time for me. I'll only respond certain times on a weekend, because other than that, I need time for me to re-energize. So however it is that you need to clarify your availability, clarify it. And if you're unavailable, be unavailable. Stick to it. Know when it's time also then to step away, right? Time away and to yourself is a great thing. It's not a bad thing at all for you guys. It's actually necessary. For me as an ambivert, it's necessary, but I think it's much more also for the introverts, I think, and very quiet people, I think it's 100% necessary, right? So know your limits. Know when you have to just down tools, take a break. When you have to just go and spend some time alone to re-energize. Understand yourself. So these are all ways to manage your energy. And some specific marketing ideas that you can actually embrace, right? So you don't all have to come and do a half-hour training like I'm doing. Quiet people, you guys, again, I've already said it, you are fantastic listeners. This is great, guys, for networking. It's perfect for networking. How many networking situations have you been to where you think everyone's talking about themselves, they're all talking themselves up, and you're thinking no one's listening? You guys are the ones that are sitting back and listening and learning, and you're the ones that are going to be able to interact a lot better than those who aren't actually listening and they're just talking about themselves. Making sense? Good morning. I don't know who this is, but good morning. Lovely to have you here with me. So let's look at some marketing ideas. So again, embrace the written word, guys. If you don't like getting in front of a camera, if you're good at writing, this is your strong point. Use it. Write it. Words are powerful, right? And when written, they can be read over and over and over again, right? When you read a book, it goes in. People learn from reading books. And this is what I find. So for me, as I said, I love talking in a camera. Most people who resonate with me will watch the trainings that I do. But what I need to do, remember, is that you guys are going to be more drawn to the written words yourself. So when you are using the written words, you are drawing people to you who are similar. And they're also the people who probably aren't going to drain your energy as much. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope it does. Okay. So use the written word, embrace it, use it. And in that, use email marketing. Emails are written, right? And when done properly, emails are fantastic engagement and fantastic promotional tools. They keep your audience engaged. They keep your audience in the loop of what's happening in your business and what you're doing and how they can work with you. Emails are great marketing tools. We do a whole topic in the Heart and Soul Business Academy about email marketing, because I understand that not everybody loves to be in front of a camera. So email is powerful. And if you don't have an email list, you're missing out on a whole lot of potential clients and promotion. Connecting via direct message, private message, however you want to put it, DM, PM, whatever. This might be a good, this is a good way. I was going to say it may be a good way, but it is a good way to engage with potential clients. If you don't like jumping on Zoom to do sales calls, if you don't like doing a phone call, right, this could be a perfect way to begin with creating genuine connection. Yes, it does take a little bit longer. Yes, it does. But it's powerful. And so you think about it, right? With private messaging, if you see a message, a Facebook message come up, what do? You go, most of the time you will open it. Or actually, I don't know anyone who sees a message come up on their phone and doesn't open it straight away, right? I looked up the stats this morning and it says 88 to 90% of people will open a DM straight away because they're curious. Curiosity gets the better of us. So if you're, and there's a way to do it without feeling salesy, where you can connect with people. Private messaging is a brilliant way to connect with people. Automate as much as possible. This is great for managing your time. This is great for managing your energy. So when you're automating things, like I said, you're kind of focusing on the task, not the time. Right, so you can sit and spend, a little bit of time working on next week's social media. You can automate it, you can schedule it, and it's done. Okay, so often things that help us automate our business are going to help our energy in that respect. So automation is a really, really good thing to do, particularly if you're quieter. It will help you with that time management. Something else you can do if you're comfortable with this is embrace the audio promotion. Again, you might not like to come live on your on video, but you're quite comfortable to do audio, right? So you don't like putting your face out there, put your voice out there. Someone I follow and have followed for quite a while is the beautiful Sarah Prout. Now, she is, I would say, quite a quiet personality. She's an introvert, but she does brilliant podcasts. Brilliant. She does them off the cuff. Like, she just decides, today I'm going to record a podcast. She just talks about what's happening in her life, but always brings it back to her business, and they're powerful. So audio rather than video, if that's something that you feel you can do. As far as lives, as far as putting yourself out there on camera, instead of, you don't have to come and do a half-hour training like I'm doing. This is something that I love doing. This is what gives me energy. But if it doesn't give you energy, then do shorter lives. Do 5-minute lives. Do little, someone said to me the other day, I have a lady who does Tupperware with one of my clients, and she does Tupper tips. I think that's really cool, Tupper tips. I have people who do, quick 5-minute tips in their business every day, live. They go live, give quick tips in their business every day. So it's not rather than a 1-week half-hour training, it's shorter 5-minute clips, because if they were to do the half-hour, it would drain their energy. So short lives rather than long ones. And embrace networking, guys, right? I've said it a couple of times. You guys are damn good networkers because you're fantastic listeners, okay? This is great for networking. So this is where your amazing talents can be put into action here, your listening skills. People are going to appreciate it. Like you, Ali, you said that, you are like my son. And, like I said before, when you speak, it's profound because you've sat back, you've listened, you've observed the environment, and you're listening to what people are saying, and you're thinking before you speak. And when it comes out, people go, whoa, that was amazing. So embrace networking rather than avoiding it, because knowing that you've got incredible strengths to put into that. Okay, so I hope that for you guys who are like the quieter personalities, like I said, slightly opposite to me, but I'm in between. I hope that has helped you today. And so, if you're sitting there and you're going, well, this is all great, Ali, but I want to go deeper, I want to know more. I do actually have a rare opportunity that I don't often provide in my business, especially if you are of the quieter personality. And maybe, the group coaching aspect or the model maybe isn't for you. Okay, so if you are out there, you're looking for the more individual personal coaching, something that's solely focused on you and your business, I've got an opportunity for you, right? And again, this is really rare. I don't often do this at all. But what I do, and I've got 5 spots available for individual coaching. Only 5. That's it. I'm not doing any more. If you would like to find out more about that, book a business booster call with me. I've got really, really affordable packages that I can tell you all about. But before we even get to that, in this call, we will talk about where you're at in business, why you feel that, why you need help, why you are where you're at. I'll give you a couple of business tips that you're going to be able to take away and use straight away in your business. And we will talk about how we can work individually together rather than in a group environment. So again, just saying that there are literally, I'm not giving away, but there's 5 spots. That's it for individual coaching. So you can use that QR code, or the link has just gone up in the chat there. Thank you, beautiful Parme. And yes, I would love to have a chat with you. That would be amazing. All right, everybody. So I hope that has helped you, beautiful, quieter people out there. Again, a lot of people think that I'm a naturally like an outgoing person. But there is a quieter side to me that a lot of people don't see. So thank you, everybody. I love you, beautiful, quiet people. I respect you for all of the incredible assets that you bring to business. And we need more of you out there. It's as simple as that. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you again next week at the same time, same place for more incredible training. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.